Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for tuning into Let's Talk About It Media 21. We're just going to do a few hot topics, trending topics. We're going to talk STEFON DIGGS. I was going like hot topics with everything that's being talked about, but let's go this route. So come on in, like the video, subscribe to the page. Thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate everyone for subscribing. Let's Talk About It Media 21. We have grown a lot in the last year. We went from 3 to 4,000 subscribers to almost 50K. So please don't forget to subscribe to the page. It'd be greatly appreciated. We're going to talk STEFON DIGGS. Just allow me a few moments to get into my disclaimer. Oh, I like how the little gifted is spinning. It's not spinning now, but it was just spinning. So that was cute. So just give me a few seconds to do my disclaimer. All comments are alleged, period. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. We'll do a few hot topics, trending topics though. So let me just do this. Please like the video. So thumbs up the video, like the video for me. I appreciate everyone. So let's get straight into what's being talked about in regards to Dick. Kind of concerning. I know Cardi B has to be concerned about who she got herself involved in.
Breaking right now on WBZ, New England Patriots star STEFON DIGGS is facing serious criminal charges. We have just obtained paperwork from Dedham District Court indicating that the wide receiver is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. This is stemming from an incident back on December 2nd. DIGGS is scheduled to be arraigned on the charges in Dedham on January 23rd. That is just 2 days before the AFC Championship game. The wide receivers' attorneys were in court this morning for a hearing, and we are working to learn more about the incident that led to these charges. We did reach out to the Patriots for a statement. We have that for you here. It says the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding STEFON DIGGS. STEFON has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support STEFON. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary. Out of respect for all of the parties involved, and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. We want to bring in Dan Roach now to talk about this with us and the impact, Roachy, that this could have for the team, for the playoffs. We've been on such a roll. How does Coach Vrabel make sure that this doesn't become a distraction for them?
Well, Brianna, I think it's very early in the fact-finding part of this as far as just what happened, how it happened, when it happened, who was involved, and everything else, which we haven't seen or heard yet. So I think that's the first part of it. And then the second part to me is that he categorically denies it when it comes to what happened. So we're going to have to find out the story. Beyond that, I can tell you that as a veteran, a wide receiver, a number one wide receiver coming in, there were questions about Steph Diggs and, how would he behave? How would he handle it? A lot of the number one wide receivers could be divas, if you call it, at times. And he has been nothing but a role model, a perfect citizen in that clubhouse. So locker room for this New England Patriots team, so much so that he's emerged as a leader. The players look up to him. I think the coaching staff certainly respects him, and everything that he's done in a Patriots uniform has been good for the team. In fact, just the other day, post game after their win over the Jets down in New Jersey, he was speaking in the locker room talking about being 30 yards away from being a 1,000-yard wide receiver, I think for the 7th time in his career, and he had knee surgery last year and came back, and I think it meant a lot to him. He was almost, to me, kind of emotional, almost in tears, saying he just wants to win, that these milestones don't mean as much to him anymore in his career. At this point of his career, he just wants to win, loves this team, and wants to be a part of them trying to win a Super Bowl. So, like I said, it's again, nothing surprises me, in sports anymore. But I think for everything that we've seen and been with the guy from day one here in that Patriots locker room, he's been nothing but a role model citizen. So we shall see how it unfolds. But from my perspective, he's been everything you want as a teammate, as a leader, as a New England Patriot so far.
Yeah, Roachy, certainly a lot of positive things ahead of him. He's a dad, has a new baby with Cardi B, but again, here, the breaking news, he is going to be arraigned 2 days before the AFC Championship, so we will see what happens. We will stay on top of it. Roachy, thank you for your insight. always here.
And of course, the charges themselves may seem self-explanatory to lay people, but there's always a lot to it. We want to enter in WBZ legal analyst Jennifer Roman here to help us make sense of all of this. Jennifer, first things first, we have a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge. Can you explain each one or both?
Sure. So the felony charge would carry with it a much more serious sentence than the misdemeanor charge, and it would include the potential for men in the state prison versus just the regular jail. So the nature of the charges make them very different. We don't know if it's a strangulation or a suffocation at this point. We don't really know what the facts are supporting these allegations, but that is definitely the more serious charge of the two. The assault and battery would carry a sentence up to 2.5 years in the House of Correction as a misdemeanor if convicted. Whether or not somebody gets if convicted, whether or not somebody actually receives the type of sentence they receive depends on the nature of the crime, whether or not they accept responsibility in any way, show remorse, but also whether or not there is a prior criminal history here that would support a harsher sentence. So as this all sort of still is unfolding, we really don't know a whole lot. We'll know more at the arraignment later in January. That should provide some more details about what the allegations are and would shed some light on what potential sentence could look like if he's actually convicted.
Okay, so you mentioned that arraignment. That's January 23rd. There was this motion hearing today. Can you explain briefly, lay terms, what a motion hearing is?
Sure. It's just a way to ask the court to do something that you want. So in this case, the defense is making a formal request that the file be impounded, which would keep it out of the public purview, would keep it away from the press. Those types of motions, when you're talking about somebody who has the kind of star power that STEFON DIGGS has, are not usually granted because we do have a public interest in these very public figures. So much of their life is already public. There's not really this heavy privacy interest here. So I would be surprised if the judge allowed the defense motion to impound this file and keep it out of the public purview, but it is a possibility.
Yeah, interesting. A lot of stuff there. All right, Jennifer, thanks so much for...
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Let's get to the next clip. Please like the video as you guys come in. I appreciate everyone for being here, tuning in. It's almost a new year, so I hope everyone appreciates that I'm here. I'm getting the next clip ready. What do you think about STEFON DIGGS being arrested? What do you think has transpired? This is the other thing that, my page is a little different. He's a rich guy, so I would imagine he has cameras in his home. So hopefully, if he has cameras in his home, hopefully it'll show what it needs to show. So let's get to the clip. Like the video as you guys come in. I appreciate everyone for being here. You know what I mean? I'm hoping he has cameras in his home.
DIGGS is scheduled to be in court Friday, January 23rd for his arraignment. A judge is expected to consider a request, though, to move that arraignment to a later date. Now, the police report is available to the public, but here are some key details if you have not read it yet. According to his female accuser, STEFON DIGGS allegedly slapped and choked her in a dispute over money. The report notes that the victim described feeling, quote, the effect of strangulation. She said she could have blacked out and claimed she feared for her safety. The alleged attack was reported to police on December 16th, but cited as taking place on December 2nd. The alleged victim decided to press charges on December 23rd. Now, after the alleged assault, the victim told police she left her position with DIGGS and later received messages from the wide receiver asking her to sign a non-disclosure agreement. Another attorney for DIGGS petitioned a Massachusetts court Tuesday to impound the police report over the incident. The judge, though, ordered those documents, as we just read, to be released. DIGGS' attorney also said the football player has offered his accuser a financial settlement to end the dispute. The Patriots released one of many statements today, saying the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding STEFON DIGGS. STEFON has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support STEFON. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary. Out of respect for all parties involved, and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. As I said, a lot of statements today. NFL saying this: we are matter and have been in contact with the club. We have no further comment at this time. Additionally, DIGGS' attorney, David Meyer, releasing a statement as well. STEFON DIGGS categorically denies these allegations. They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur. The timing and motivation for making the allegations is crystal clear. They are the direct result of an employee-employer financial dispute that was not resolved to the employee's satisfaction. STEFON looks forward to establishing the truth in court of law. STEFON DIGGS' agent also putting out a statement today saying that they deny all allegations. Phil Perry, our Patriots insider, is here, and from MMQB over at SI, we have Albert Breer. First of all, you were live on the radio. I think it happened right after your segment was done today, Bert, on the Zolak and Bertrand show. What was your reaction when I think Beetle read the news out loud live on the air today on the radio?
Yeah, surprise. I mean, this is a team that has really been able to avoid off-the-field incidents in general.
really since the STEFON DIGGS boat incident before the season began. And this has been a team that's been characterized by its closeness and its good vibes, for lack of a better term. And so this is something that they haven't really had to deal with during this incredibly successful season that they are still in the middle of. And now this is going to be a distraction, Bert, that they have to contend with. There will be questions tomorrow. Mike Vrabel does his weekly press conference tomorrow. Drake May does a weekly press conference tomorrow. STEFON DIGGS typically on Wednesday meets with reporters at his locker in the locker room. There will be a lot more reporters, is my guess, there tomorrow than there usually is on a Wednesday. And so we'll just see what that scene is like. But it is that quote-unquote dreaded distraction that no football team wants to deal with. And obviously these are serious allegations and they should be taken seriously. But just in terms of the football team itself, obviously not what you want to have to be dealing with right now.
I'd agree with everything you said. I think back, and I immediately thought back to what Mike's overarching thing was coming in, even I think in his introductory press conference, which was protect the team. And this violates that. Now, I don't know what happened, and I've covered a lot of these. Like, I covered Adrian Peterson, I covered Ray Rice, I covered Greg Hardy. I've covered a ton of these. And one thing that I've learned is to not draw conclusions based on a police report, based on an accusation. I also don't think anybody should presume innocence here, right? Like, I think you have to look at these, and the reality is most of these situations, only two people know what happened behind closed doors. It's a very serious act that he's being accused of. It's also a very serious allegation to put on someone if they didn't do it. So I think we have to be fair to everybody here and not have a hard opinion on what happened behind closed doors.
Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 3 if you knew where you're watching from. Press 5 if you've been here before, where you're watching from. I hope he has cameras in his home. He's been trending a lot this year, not only with Cardi B, the baby mamas, in regards to different stuff. Go on to Tasha page. He's been trending over there. STEFON DIGGS has been trending more than ever. A lot of people didn't even know who he was until he started dating Cardi. In regards to like the news, the media, some of these sports people like to date celebrities. But he was trending in regards to the baby mama stuff. But then he also started trending about different allegations. There's about 124 in the building. Please hit the subscribe button. Let's continue with the news. What do you think about STEFON DIGGS? What do you think about STEFON DIGGS? Are we seeing things that we needed to see all along? He seems like a model citizen in the locker room, but outside of the locker room, there's concerns. And why get so many women pregnant in 1 year? What's that all about? Is he trying to do a Nick Cannon? Sorry, Nick, but there's a lot of children that Nick Cannon has. And then Nick Cannon speaks on, he should have made better decisions. Well, why is STEFON DIGGS impregnating all these women, making these women single women, and then he's dating Cardi? And then Cardi, you know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Cardi B had a lot of issues with Offset. We get that. But this STEFON DIGGS stuff is even more notable than what Offset did. And Offset did some stuff. Oh yeah. Cardi B has some issues with, Offset too. But this right here, this is something else. Hopefully he got cameras. If there's a payment that showed her seeming happy and walking away out of the house waving, saying have a good day, something. If he don't have cameras, baby, this could be a huge, huge issue. But he has stated it's not true. Let's continue with the news. Thanks for being here, everyone. Press 3 where you're watching from. Now there's about 307 in the building. Please hit subscribe. We're trying to hit 50K by next month. We went from 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers to almost 50K. So please hit subscribe. Let's continue. Thanks for being here.
Look, Steph might be innocent, okay? But it's impossible not to look at this and not consider that there's history here of, and again, nothing like this, but there's always something. Right? And there's always something going on with STEFON DIGGS. And the reality of it is, Trenny, and I know you want to ask something here, but the reality of it is, like, let's look at some of their other offseason signings. Harold Landry's around the same age as STEFON DIGGS. You think Harold Landry would get caught up in something like this? No. And again, like, that's why, like, when you look at something like this, you do have to consider, it's surprising that it happened, but
I love that. I see that. He's not dating Cardi B. She's dating him. You're basically saying he's for everybody. That's funny. Thanks for being here, everyone. Let me continue. Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. I hope everyone has a safe New Year's. Let's continue.
You had to pick 5 guys on the team that might get involved in something like this. Would he make the list, Phil?
I get paid $2,500.
Like the video. The one thing, too, the teammates, let this commercial go past. The teammates have said they would not want their sister or aunt, well, they said sister, dating STEFON. That's what the locker room people said. Let's continue.
And that's a hard thing. He hasn't been through this kind of thing before. And the issues, the quote-unquote issues that he's dealt with before he got here usually are football related. It's about wanting the football and maybe saying a little too much on the sidelines or those types of things. This is a new element when it comes to the STEFON DIGGS experience.
And I do wonder, knowing all of this and the history and the incident with the boat, which I know Mike Vrabel, we could tell by the way that he reacted afterwards. He was not happy to have to talk about something that wasn't happening on the football field. But I am curious how the Patriots handle this situation, because it seems based on their statement that was put out by the team, they said in no uncertain circumstance, in no uncertain terms, we support STEFON. Which personally, if there's one thing I have a strong opinion on, it's that one line in the press release today from the team. That did not need to be in there. If you've read through the police report, listen, you just don't say it. You're setting yourself up, if you are the Patriots, to back yourself into a corner. And we've seen it before, that all of a sudden all these other stories start to come out, and now you've got egg on your face. It also sends a poor message, I think, after reading the report to your female employees of, no matter what happens, we're going to support our players. We're going to support the guys in the room, regardless of what the police report says. Now, with all that said, I'm not saying one person's right. It's a he said, she said. Just don't put yourself in that position. But it does make me wonder, I don't think there's going to be any team-wide discipline for STEFON DIGGS. It sounds like it's going to be business as usual.
Oh, no, that statement would suggest that there won't be until further notice. And that three-word sentence could be read a number of different ways. There is some ambiguity, I guess. Are they supporting him, quote-unquote, in terms of his pursuit of justice here and supporting him the way a family member would support someone who's going through something and not knowing whether or not they are guilty of what's being alleged? So I understand what you're saying. I don't know what their argument would be. Again, there is some ambiguity there, but it also would suggest, Bert, I mean, this is a obviously multi-billion-dollar organization that has all sorts of lawyers at their disposal that they can run these sorts of statements by. They have a lot of law enforcement people that are on the staff as well. My guess is, and I'm guessing, they wouldn't include a statement like that or a
He must have run that through a ton of lawyers. My point is, you don't have to put that in there. That just opens you up, I think, because the one phrase everyone is talking.
Can you guys still hear me okay? Press 1. It said reconnecting. Can you guys hear me okay? Press 1.
About today, they haven't talked about the release in its entirety. I haven't even heard a lot of people talking about whether or not he's going to play on Sunday or if he'll be on the NFL's exempt list. It's all about, well, it must not be that bad if the Patriots are supporting him. I just think that you can support someone without putting it in a statement and putting it out there unless you are prepared to say exactly why you continue to support him. I just think it's a slippery slope, and I think it sets a dangerous precedent for a team, if we are being honest, that has been caught with its pants down before.
I think the one thing is, like, now going forward, every time they put out a statement like this and that's not in there, like, what are we going to think?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
because it wasn't in there for Jabril Peppers. It wasn't in there. Was it Jack Johnson with the gun?
Jack Jones.
Jack Jones. You haven't had it. Jack Johnson is the indie rock singer, so I wasn't in for that. But like, it doesn't. My whole thing is like that. Like, one line is what everyone is so focused on, and it just didn't need to be there.
And I just, again, like, there's all the headlines that I think, we haven't really addressed them here because they don't merit addressed. But like, there are headlines involving STEFON women over the last 6 months that have been there, and I just think, like, here's the thing: is like, you have to, like, I think players in these situations have to understand their reputations. And I do think, like, if you've got a reputation like Steph does, you have to be really careful. And, like, that to me is part of the deal. If you're going to avoid, like, let's say he didn't do anything, right? Like, if he's innocent here, like, you still sort of created this situation. You have to be really careful when you're someone like him. Like, you have to be really careful. You have to go the extra mile to make sure that you're not being put in a situation like this. And it just strikes me, like, at best, it's sloppy that Steph was in this situation.
Yeah,
right?
Good decisions is something that Mike Vrabel continuously harps on. It's one of the four pillars, four tenets of the team that he wants to have is made up of people who make good decisions. And that was the phrase that he used when the boat incident occurred before the season began. I don't think he even mentioned DIGGS by name necessarily when he was asked about it, but he didn't just completely bypass the questions at that time, Trini. He just said, we want to make sure that we're making good decisions. And everybody understood what he meant there. Again, we don't know what happened in this incident, but was there some decision that, at some point along the line that would have helped him avoid the situation that he
opened himself up to it.
I know sometimes it's hard to get a quick answer, but do you think he'll be put on the NFL's?
No. I think generally when we've seen that, there's been some level of physical evidence. Okay. And so I don't think so. Like, when you look again, like with Greg Hardy, there were pictures. With Adrian Peterson, there were pictures. With Ray Rice, there was video. Like, I think it has to rise to the level of, like, this is really embarrassing for the league that this guy is on the field. That's what that was intended for in the first place.
The world's first titanium nonstick.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Please hit subscribe, you guys. Let's get the likes up. The likes should match the views. Can I get 50 people to please hit that subscribe button? And 50 people to please double tap that screen to get the likes up. Thank you. Let's continue. The commercial's over. Hold on. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. Let's continue.
ass and allegedly climbed on top of somebody and did something, very much something. Now, this is all after that pink shit on that boat.
Hold on.
This is all after Mulan Hernandez and her claims.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they reminded me of what was on the boat. I had forgot about that. What people are talking about, there was a time that STEFON was on the boat and he was with a bunch of girls. When I first saw the picture of him on the boat with the girls, I didn't think nothing of it, but people were talking about something else. I get it now. I'm glad that person just reminded me. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Breaking news Sunday against the Jets. Even Will Campbell is practicing. But now, today, we find out that STEFON DIGGS is facing felony charges. This is from Boston 25. This incident allegedly happened on December 2nd, which is the following night after the Patriots had beat the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. DIGGS is facing felony, strangulation, or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery charges. DIGGS' attorney, Michael DiStefano, disclosed to the court that STEFON DIGGS has made a financial offer to resolve the dispute with the alleged victim in this case. The veteran wide receiver is scheduled to be arraigned on Friday, January 23rd. The judge also agreed to consider a request to extend DIGGS' arraignment date to March. Now, the New England Patriots did believe, quote, the New England Patriots are accusations that have been made regarding STEFON DIGGS. STEFON DIGGS has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support STEFON DIGGS. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary. Out of respect for all parties involved, and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. The NFL released a generic statement talking about how they are aware of what's going on. So there was this back and forth between STEFON DIGGS' lawyer and the judge on whether or not certain documents should be impounded regarding this case. The judge decided to rule against STEFON DIGGS and made these documents available. So here's the gist. I'm going to run down what the alleged victim says and who this alleged victim is. So
let's get the likes up, everyone. There's about 165 in the building. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Thanks for being here. Sounds like interesting. Well, if there's contact, that's a little different than, well, when you think about it, you are, because remember when Sharp said, and it was a phone call. I get what you're saying. Like the video. Let's get the likes up, everybody. 50 people hit the thumbs up. The likes should match the views. 50 people. Let's get the likes up so we can continue. Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. I hope everyone's doing well. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Like the alleged victim showed up at the Dedham Police Department to file a report. The alleged victim is a female private chef, Mila Adams. The alleged victim and STEFON DIGGS end up arguing about a payment that she says is owed to her. There's a brief text exchange, which was part of the documents that were released today. There's a brief text exchange between STEFON DIGGS and the private chef about this payment. STEFON DIGGS obviously disagrees that he owes her any money. This goes back and forth quickly. Then the alleged victim told a female officer that STEFON DIGGS entered her unlocked bedroom. The private chef alleges STEFON DIGGS slapped her across the face.
Dang.
She also alleges that STEFON DIGGS tried to choke her with the crook of his elbow.
Dang.
The private chef alleges STEFON DIGGS was behind her with his arm wrapped around her. And she said she felt as if she could have blacked out and tried to pry DIGGS' arm away from her neck. Now, STEFON DIGGS allegedly tightened his grip as the private chef was trying to pry his arm away. STEFON DIGGS then allegedly threw her on top of the bed. The alleged victim went back to STEFON DIGGS' house to pick up her stuff and was told that if she wanted to get paid, she'd have to sign an NDA. She declined signing anything. Then you fast forward on December 22nd, the alleged victim makes the decision to file charges. And of course, those charges, as we know, again, felony, strangulation, or suffocation, and misdemeanor assault and battery charges. So that's the story. Those are the details we know. I want to remind everybody, every time we have this type of story, especially in the sports world, everybody is just so quick to judge. The rush to judgment happens. And I would like to remind everybody that everyone in this country is innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. That's number one. Number two, the allegations are ugly. There's no doubt. Slapping a young woman across the face, putting her in some kind of a chokehold, throwing her onto her bed. The allegations are ugly. But I would like to remind everybody, these allegations are from one side. We have no idea what STEFON Diggs is going to say. We have no idea what his story is and how things played out on this given night. We have one side of the story. And until we have the other side of the story, it's always dangerous to treat the first side and one side as, quote unquote, the side. This is one side of the story right now. So I think we should all take a beat and wait to see how this unfolds as far as the details and what STEFON Diggs might say about these allegations. Now, there are some possible issues for this alleged victim. There are some possible obstacles that I see. Number one, there are no witnesses. There are no witnesses mentioned in this report.
Which I'm surprised. I'm surprised he doesn't have bodyguards. He don't have other people in his house. What will the camera show? I saw the person say they went back. Very interesting. I would have let the police escort me back into the home. For real, if I was that person. But we always want to say he's innocent till proven guilty. And if a young woman has stated there was concerns, we want to believe the woman as well. No woman ever be touched. Keep your hands to yourself. And if it's about a payment, just pay her. You know what I'm saying? He already knows he's in the media trending in regards to baby mama drama, in regards to the other stuff. Just pay the woman and let her leave and pick somebody else to be your chef. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be the issue. What will his camera show? Did they wave goodbye in a happy mood? You know, how much did she cook for him to where it's that big of a deal? Just pay the woman. You know what I'm saying? Did he not get what he asked for? Did she make something else? There's more details that we need to know. But he has been trending all year. Man, Cardi B, of all football players to choose, there's so many that's non-problematic. This dude, you know what? I'm wondering if this dude preyed on Cardi B because he knew he would be trending. He knew he got those women pregnant and he wanted some good media coverage because how they see him in the locker room, but what his media coverage is two different things. They say that he's like a model player in the locker room, but outside the locker room, baby, my goodness. Let's continue fair use reaction clip. Press 3 if you know where you're watching from. Press 3 if you know where you're watching from. Press 5 you've been here before where you're watching from. There's about 300 people in the building. Please hit subscribe. We're trying to hit 50K by next month. But let me tell y'all this information. Let me play this real quick because they're stating that his brother's been released from his football team, which sucks.
Claimed he'll be free agent heading into the playoffs. Obviously, I think 2 years ago he had like 11 or 12 picks or something, like led the league. Obviously, as something has taken place with this particular defense.
Hello, California.
What has gone wrong, you think, with Diggs in Dallas with this new defense? Because it used to be a staple, a pillar. And obviously we know him and Mike.
I'll play another clip about the brother. Let's continue with this one. But yeah, they're stating that the brother was released from his team because what's going on with STEFON? That sucks.
In a bedroom, it was between, allegedly, STEFON Diggs and this private chef. From what I have read, there are no witnesses to actually what happened. Number two, there's no arrest. STEFON Diggs was not arrested. The police were not on the scene. This was the alleged victim walking into the police station, into the Dedham police station, and allegedly pointing the finger at STEFON Diggs and saying, this is what happened. So no witnesses, no arrest. Another issue for the alleged victim here is that there are no photos.
We're listening to Locked on the Patriots. That's who we're listening to.
The officer who spoke to the alleged victim at the Dedham Police Department asked if there were documentation to the injuries or any injuries that she was alleging that had happened at the hands of STEFON Diggs, and there are no photos. So there's no photo evidence of any bruising, any marks on the body. There's nothing. The alleged victim told the female officer at the police department that she had, quote unquote, some redness on her chest, and that was it. So I'm sure one of the things that STEFON Diggs is going to say is, look at me, look how big I am. I'm a professional football player. I put her in a chokehold, but there are no photos of any bruising, any marks. And even the alleged victim told the police officer, the female police officer that was on the clock in the Dedham Police Department, that she didn't have any photos and she just had, quote unquote, some redness. Now, it doesn't mean STEFON Diggs did not do anything. It doesn't mean.
A lot of these private chefs got to sign NDAs anyway. Why didn't he have her sign the NDA prior to cooking for him? She could hear a certain thing. She could be around Cardi. Why didn't he have her sign an NDA? But that doesn't matter. If you sign the NDA and somebody put their hands on you, that won't matter in the courts. So why would he try and have her sign the NDA after? Something don't seem right. But innocent till proven guilty. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
In any of that. But these are things that you look for, right? When you're investigating. When you're trying to figure out, especially when there are no witnesses, there's a he said, she said, you're trying to figure out what actually happened. Is there photo evidence? Are there witnesses? All that stuff. Critical. Now, STEFON DIGGS' lawyer has responded to the documents that were released. And here's what David Meyer said in a statement, quote, STEFON DIGGS categorically denies these allegations. They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur. The timing and motivation for making the allegations is crystal clear. They are the direct result of an employee-employer financial dispute that was not resolved to the employee's satisfaction. STEFON looked forward to establishing the truth in a court of law. So that statement from STEFON DIGGS' lawyer tells us that as of right now, if there's no settlement here, STEFON DIGGS is looking forward to defending himself in a court of law and telling his side of the story. And again, that's how this country works. That's what should happen. We have one side of the story, let the other side of the story be told as well. And as STEFON DIGGS' lawyer said in the initial hearing, there have been, according to STEFON DIGGS' side, there have been conversations about a possible settlement. So you wonder if this will eventually get settled and everybody will just move on from this. But this is a major story. STEFON DIGGS, if you're just jumping in, is facing charges of felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery charges. STEFON DIGGS denies this. We went through what the alleged victim had to say and some of the obstacles that she's going to have to face if she wants to continue this case in the court system. And I think some of these aspects of her side and the fact that she doesn't have the witnesses, the arrests, the photos, it's going to make it an uphill climb for her to battle STEFON DIGGS in court. But that's what we know so far. All right, so that's the background. That's the gist of this case. Now, all eyes are on the NFL and the Patriots to see if either...
Let's get the likes up, you guys. 211 in the building and 26 likes. Let's get the likes up so we can continue. Please hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds to hit the like button. It keeps me in the algorithm. Yes, it's free to hit the like button. It's free to hit the like button. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. There's about 260 in the building. Please, let's get the likes up. Thank you. Let's continue fair use reaction clip.
Of them decide to keep DIGGS away from the Patriots facility. We'll talk about that next as we continue with this breaking news episode of Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new Prize Picks, it is good. 2024, when Jabril Peppers was going through his legal situation, the Patriots kept it short and sweet, did not mention any type of support for Jabril Peppers. But this is not the same. Jabril Peppers was arrested. Cops were at the scene that night, so it's immediately different than STEFON DIGGS. STEFON DIGGS, even though the Jabril Peppers case was a he said, she said, and we know how that unfolded and eventually ended, this is a he said, she said case as well, but there's no arrest made with STEFON DIGGS. The second difference here is rather obvious. Mike Vrabel was not a part of the Patriots organization in 2024. So how Mike Vrabel handles these types of things, what types of statements are given when they face these kinds of obstacles and challenges might be different than the Gerard Mayo era. And really, you look at the Patriots statement, and the ultimate question is, does it really matter? Does it even matter? Let's look at the NFL, okay? Because we'll talk about the Patriots being in an impossible spot in just a couple minutes. But the NFL could put STEFON DIGGS on the commissioner's exempt list. That's an option. They could put him on the exempt list. They can keep him away from football until this case is resolved. I think that's tough for the NFL to do in this specific situation with this specific case. And the reason why that I think it's difficult for the NFL to place STEFON DIGGS on the exempt list is because, again, there was no arrest. There was no arrest of STEFON DIGGS. There was no police presence at the scene. And so this is the ultimate he said, she said. Jabril Peppers was put on the exempt list, but we just went over the differences between Jabril Peppers' case and the STEFON DIGGS case. So I don't think the NFL is going to put STEFON DIGGS on an exempt list when the way this thing came about is the way this thing came about. Now let's get to the Patriots. If we're being objective, if we're being reasonable, if we're being fair to the organization, the Patriots are in an impossible spot. This is so tough as a franchise. If you're the Patriots, you would want some kind of physical evidence, right? You would want some kind of physical evidence regarding what happened that night, whether it's photos, whether it's video. You would want something to go off of. If you're going to, quote-unquote, punish STEFON DIGGS, especially on the precipice of the playoffs, you want something tangible in front of you.
You want physical or photographic evidence. So you feel really strongly about what you're going to do, the decision that you're going to make. Because if you're going to sit STEFON DIGGS down, you better make sure that you feel confident that STEFON DIGGS is actually guilty of what is alleged. Meanwhile, STEFON DIGGS is denying it all. He's saying, I've got nothing to hide. I want to share my side of the case. If you want to go to court, I'm going to go to court. I'm going to fight this. I'm going to tell you what really happened. So STEFON DIGGS is going back to the organization and saying, I didn't do anything wrong. You have no photographic, no physical evidence whatsoever. So what do the Patriots do? I don't think they do anything. If you sit, and this is the impossible spot, as the Patriots, if you sit STEFON DIGGS and he's innocent, boy, is that unfair. You just sat a guy down right before the playoffs based off what? Based off one side of the story with no physical or photographic evidence. That's a rough thing to do, right? That's a really rough thing to do, to go back to STEFON DIGGS and say, we are going to sit you down for the playoffs because this woman is alleging this. Very difficult to do. If you play STEFON DIGGS and this thing unfolds and we find out that STEFON DIGGS was guilty and did do these things to the alleged victim, then the Patriots are going to get a lot of backlash. They should have handled this differently. They should have done that differently. How could they actually allow him to play in the playoffs when these allegations were hovering around? So it's almost like you feel like you can't win if you're the Patriots in this specific situation. But I don't think they're going to do anything. And frankly, until something is proven, I don't think they should do anything. Why would you sit somebody down? Why would you punish somebody when we have no earthly idea if these allegations are actually true or not? Yeah, it makes it very difficult, and it makes it difficult to watch the games and watch STEFON DIGGS make plays, and in the back of your mind, you're wondering, did he assault, did he strangle this female private chef? Is that what really happened? It's all very uncomfortable, and it's all very brutal, but the reality of the situation is, how can you punish somebody without a full investigation being done, without physical or photographic evidence, in one side of the story out? How can you possibly punish somebody? So I just don't think the Patriots will or should do anything. Now, if something else comes out, if there's a video, if photos do surface somehow, some way, if we get more details, then you might act. But given what we have right now in front of us, it ain't enough. It ain't enough to punish somebody. So my initial thought is that nothing happens until at least after this season is over. I think the Patriots and the NFL, if STEFON DIGGS and the alleged victim do not come together and settle this case, I think everybody is going to let this thing fully play out and show patience and take a deep breath and say, let's see how all of this unfolds over the next couple of months. I don't think the NFL is going to do much. I don't think the Patriots are going to do much. And again, I don't think they should do much, no matter how tough and awkward this is going to be. Because again, as I mentioned at the top of this episode, you are innocent until proven guilty. All right. So we talked about the background.
Like the video. There's about 196 in the building. Please continue to hit the like button, you guys. Thumbs up the video. Get me into the algorithm. We should already have 100 likes by now. Let's get the likes up. Please hit the like button. Also, there's about 221 in the building. Please hit subscribe. I haven't noticed if Cardi B has made a statement yet. But remember, over the weekend, well, it was around the holidays, Cardi B has said something about things following her constantly in the drama and yuck. But this is even huger than the baby mama drama. Baby mama drama is a lot too, because it seems as if she woke up with her children and STEFON was with the other children and probably with family. He might have been with Cardi B later on that night or the next day, whatever. But Cardi B has got her into a situation with a man that has been trending all year. All year. Let's continue. Fair use. Has Cardi made a statement? It's kind of concerning because going from Offset to him, and he's been trending all year, my goodness, it makes Offset not look like a saint, but my goodness, she dealt with a lot of drama with Offset too, though. Lawsuits, court cases, man, sometimes drama will follow you. Real talk. Let's continue. Fair use. Reaction clip.
Gave you the gist of the case. We just talked about the NFL and the Patriots and how they might react. I'm confident that this legal situation with STEFON DIGGS is not.
But we did see her at his game recently. It was on Christmas Day or the next day, whatever. We did see her in a cute outfit. She was there at his game. So maybe they just had plans. It happens that way. When you have to travel, be around his family, and then he needs to be around the other children. We don't know why they weren't together Christmas morning, but Do we often see them together in the mornings, or do we often see them out and about at restaurants and going to different events? You know what I mean?
Going to impact the
Like the
Pats
video, like the
negatively.
video.
I will tell you why next. This is Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team.
So we're doing lockdown. We're just getting updates. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
3 months free payroll at gusto.com
Hold on.
/ pack the product. And let me in the head coach that he is going to handle this appropriately. He is going to make sure that this team is on the same page. And when the time comes, when they kick the football off, I am absolutely unequivocally in belief that Mike Vrabel will have this team focused on one thing and one thing only: football.
Yeah, it was a pink
Number
suit.
2, we don't have to go too far back, unfortunately, for STEFON DIGGS to see how a possible distraction will impact this team. STEFON DIGGS had the pink substance video back in camp. And it
Remember that? That was interesting. And she stuck with him through that situation.
was treated as a big-time situation at that moment. And there were a lot of questions about STEFON DIGGS, his involvement, the people that he was hanging out with, what was the pink substance, what wasn't the pink substance. There were all these headlines and the radio shows talked about it incessantly. And what happened? Nothing. The first time around with STEFON DIGGS, any possible allegations or questionable activity, the Patriots, Mike Vrabel, they showed the ability to shut off the distractions. They showed the ability to focus on football. That did not derail their camp. It certainly did not derail this season. Last time I checked, they're 13-3. They were able to get through that situation. They were able to get through that controversy, if you want to call it that, address it, handle their business, and move forward. And I expect the same exact thing to happen this time around. I expect them to handle their business, keep away from the distractions, focus on football, and move forward. Also, let's not forget this. To believe that STEFON DIGGS and these allegations will negatively impact the Patriots, or it'll be some type of imaginary brick wall they're going to run into. You know what that does? It disrespects every other veteran on this football team. It disrespects, and I know he's hurt right now, but he is certainly a leader. It disrespects Mac Hollins and Mac Hollins' ability to make sure that everybody is handling this responsibly and that they're focused on the right thing. It overlooks somebody like Morgan Moses, who is 34 years old. He's been in the league forever, a true leader of men. It almost disrespects Morgan Moses' ability to have conversations in that locker room to make sure guys are focused on the right thing. And defensively, you also have veterans on this team to be able to grasp onto what's happening in the moment, understand the gravity of said moment, and realize, acknowledge, and appreciate what they can do over the next few weeks on the football field that could be special. Carlton Davis has been in the NFL for a long time. I'm sure this is not his first rodeo dealing with controversy or dealing with a teammate that might have issues. Robert Spillane has been in the league for a while. You know, this is why you bring veterans onto your team. Not because you predict that there's going to be some kind of allegations against one of your players, but you bring veterans on the team, and this is a major reason why this team is 13-3, and they've done what they've done this year, because of culture, because of leadership. And how strong is that foundation? I feel like that foundation is very...
Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip. Like the videos you guys come in. Let's continue with news in regards to STEFON DIGGS.
Out of the blue, Pete texted it on the show chain, and I pulled up the link and I made sure it was real. I made sure nothing was fake. Is there any chance that this is a fraudulent thing that somebody cooked up? But this is true, and it was the story of the day yesterday. Patriots receiver STEFON DIGGS faces 2 charges: felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery for an incident. And yesterday, his lawyers were trying to keep the police report secret. That didn't work because by the middle of the afternoon, the police report was everywhere. They were reading it on the radio in Boston. It was there for anyone to read on social media. Personal chef working for DIGGS claims there was some sort of a dispute over her fee, claims that DIGGS first smacked her in the face, second...
Why are women everywhere choosing...
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Let's get the likes up, you guys. There's about 38 likes, 129 in the building. The likes should match the views. Let's get the likes up. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Face, second, basically put her in a chokehold. She told police she had trouble breathing. That's where the felony strangulation charge comes from. Incident allegedly happened December 2nd. She went to the police December 16. A week later, she decided to proceed with charges. The criminal complaint was filed on Monday, and it all came to light on Tuesday. The Patriots issued a statement making it clear that they support him. His lawyer has issued a statement categorically denying the allegations. And now we just go forward. the wild card in all of this is what the NFL will do. Will the NFL put him on paid leave? We don't know. The NFL has a ton of discretion. They could put him on paid leave right now, and he wouldn't be available for the playoffs. And they haven't done it enough times that we can look at one case like this and say with confidence, yes, they will, or no, they won't.
Right. Well, it feels like as of late, right? I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody, but it feels like as of late, they've kind of let the legal process play out. I would be shocked if he ends up on the commissioner exempt list here with this one.
Whoa.
Right.
Time out.
Right.
They always let the legal process play. This is one of the lessons learned from Ray Rice, the scandal that almost brought down the commissioner. Okay? They always let the legal process play out now before they issue punishment. But if the heat gets a little too hot in the kitchen, because we don't want to have Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth have to talk about how, hey, there's STEFON DIGGS. By the way, he faces a felony strangulation charge. Oh, and there's a first down. That's their way of if a guy is accused of something, even if he's innocent until proven guilty, all constitutional protections, they say, oh, we're going to take this guy off the field. We don't want to have him around because we don't want people to have to notice him and talk about him. We're getting him off the field while these charges are pending. And so they still use that. They did it with Jabril Peppers, former Patriot safety, within the past couple of years. They will pull guys off the field, still pay them, and they made the argument when it was a whole legal thing a few years ago, probably 10 years ago now, maybe more, that it's punishment of the players. They argued it's not punishment of the players. Who wouldn't get paid to stay home? Well, yeah, but they want to play football. They're pursuing championships and records and Hall of Fame. They want to play football. They don't want to be paid to sit at home and watch bowling and eat pork rinds.
And then you play and you do well, and that earns you more money.
Do that.
Right. So players don't want that, right? I mean, STEFON DIGGS is going, wait, I'm having a hell of a year. If this continues into the playoffs and everything there, everybody's going to see I got a lot of game left in me here, and that's going to extend my career, make me more money, do all of that. We'll see where it goes. I think I would, and just this one here where it's kind of a he said, she said type of thing here, right? I would be shocked if he ends up on the commissioner exempt list. But at the same time, hey, it's annoying. It's annoying for the New England Patriots. Like you said, they're riding high. Everything's perfect. I mean, we're talking about Drake May might be in the lead for the MVP now because Matthew Stafford played like crap on Monday night. I mean, it's all the stars of a line. Like, they're back. The Patriots are back. And here we are for the second time this year with STEFON DIGGS having some issues that brings unwarranted bad publicity to the New England Patriots. And I think the Kraft family. I do. They don't like that. They run a top-notch organization. They don't want to be in the news for stuff like this. This is not what...
No, they don't. And they tell players in the beginning, drama-free, stress-free. You don't hear too much about football players. You hear a lot about basketball players. But in regards to sports, a lot of times these teams don't like the media clicks, views, being a hot topic, trending topics. They want these men focused on football. You can have an outside life. He definitely wants to have an outside life because he's dating Cardi. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Let's get the likes up. 144 in the building. Please, 50 people, hit the thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. Hit the like button. Is free. Hitting the like button is free. I'm wondering if he sought out Cardi because he knew, he had a lot of stuff that was going on in the media with the other women. Remember, he had said he wanted to heal Cardi. How can you heal a girl when you got all these other women pregnant? Man, I wish she would have chose somebody else. All these football players, basketball players, and she chose this dude. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. I hope everyone plans to have a safe New Year's. Happy New Year's is coming up. It's coming up. What do you guys have planned for tonight? Let's continue with the news. Fair use reaction clip. Let's get the likes up, everyone. 50 people hit the like button. Let's go so we can continue. 50 people hit the like button. Continue. Thank you for the gifted. I appreciate you. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Thank you.
They want this hurts their brand. So with all those conversations that go around this now, this is an annoyance. And of course, it's going to be a distraction for their football team. And yes, you have to worry about, wait, what if we don't have them? What if we don't have them? What
Thank
if we
you
don't
for
have
the
guy
gifted.
who's clearly become the go-to guy in our pass offense here the last 9-10 weeks of the season? Like, where we are formulating the offense around him. And we got an offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels who really knows how to use these type of guys, right? McDaniels knows how to use guys that can run routes, route runners. And he can come up with plays and teach them how to run certain routes against the different coverages and make them unstoppable to a degree. That's what the beauty of it, all those years with Julian Edelman or Wes Welker or Danny Amendola and the things they did right there. STEFON DIGGS is right there.
Oh, wait, I just saw that comment in regards to the women. I just saw that comment. Can't confirm or deny. He's been trending a lot. Go over to, I don't normally talk pages, but go over to Tasha. People are talking about STEFON. And then, of course, Tasha's going to want to talk about STEFON because Tasha had the issue with Cardi B. So he's been trending. He was trending in the beginning of the year. Then he started dating Cardi and they started being out more. And then it came out in regards to all the baby mamas. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Let's get 127 people to hit the subscribe button. Let's continue.
Along with them as far as their skill set, yet maybe has a little bit more of a downfield threat to it as well. He's become the blanket, the comfy blanket for Drake May. When in doubt, I'll throw the tight window into Stephon Diggs. Big play, third down, fourth down. Let me throw it to Stephon Diggs here. He comes through for us. Stephon, one of the best leaders on the football team. So that's where this is a pain in the butt, and the Patriots probably should be worried a little bit.
It's going to be a challenge for Mike Vrabel to just kind of hold everything together. Now,
yeah, because he's not protecting any of the women this year, when you really think about it. And then Cardi spoke out. She's like, what do y'all want me to do? What do y'all want me to do? The baby's here now. You want me to put the baby back? No, girl. We want you to protect yourself. This man got a lot of women pregnant. What does that mean? He's not protecting the women from anything. He just, no umbrellas. Just sticking and moving. That's what I call it. Just sticking and moving everywhere. Like the video.
Patriots came out strong. Like I said they support him, and then he categorically denied
yes,
the situation.
Exactly.
Diggs' lawyer said that it's all false. I mean that there's a process that needs to play out in court, but court goes separately. The question is, will something happen from the standpoint of the Patriots or the NFL? The Patriots
just nasty. Like the video. Just nasty. That's how she has to look at it. She should definitely protect herself. And then she's still trying to go through a divorce from Offset. Like the video.
Said if the allegations are true, he's gone. But they stayed behind him. He was on the commissioner exempt list. Then he was off, went to trial, was acquitted, and there was no consequence from the league or from the Patriots. I think the Patriots obviously want to support and believe Stephon Diggs, but they'll defer to the system. The NFL, I think you're right. I think that there isn't enough that would make me say they feel compelled to get him off the field. Unless the charge itself, felony strangulation or suffocation. If you don't want to have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman or Tom Brady and Kevin Burkhardt having to talk about the strangulation or suffocation felony charge against Stephon Diggs, then Diggs isn't there. But here's the reality. They're still going to talk about it. You're still going to talk. It's not like he just disappeared to another planet. He's not here. Why isn't he here? Well, there's a story, and here it is.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be part of the conversation for any game broadcast involving the Patriots, even if he is on paid leave.
That's right. And they know how to handle these situations, too. I mean, they've been good. They've been in the limelight forever. Spygate, Deflategate, all the other things they've had to deal with. Antonio Brown coming to town, all of that. I mean, like we talked about, Stephon Diggs had his little candy box on the boat before the season started. I mean, the old candy box, right? Right, exactly. I love that fun dip stuff, right? But yes, so, but they squashed that and handled it the right way. But this is when, I think that this is going to play out. I'd be shocked if he goes on the exempt list. This is a tough one. I never judge with these. If Stephon Diggs is guilty, damn him, and how dare you, right? But at the same time, I've been around the NFL my whole life, so, and these things happen, and it can go either way sometimes. Sometimes this person's telling the truth. Sometimes this person's lying. Whatever. We'll see where it goes. But this is also, part of the thing where I texted with you yesterday. He's a superstar now. Stephon Diggs has crossed over mainstream just football guy to pop culture type of superstar. He's gone in another direction. He's big time here. And to me, that's why I think the NFL will probably just wait to hear some more facts here as well. I mean, this is a guy, it's Cardi B, okay? He's fashion shows in Paris. I mean, he's big time. He's a high roller. People love Stephon Diggs. We love Stephon Diggs when we've been around him. He's got an unbelievable personality and energy about him and a realness about him. So we hope these allegations aren't true, but we'll see where it goes, and it's certainly a distraction to the Patriots.
Here's the most basic reality of any situation like this. If you don't have a third-party witness, if you don't have visible injuries that can be photographed and preserved, right? If you don't go to the cops in the heat of the moment, and the alleged victim in this case said she was concerned about doing it because of how famous Stephon Diggs is, it really does make it a he said, she said, literally.
Right.
And how do you resolve that beyond a reasonable doubt? You just can't. You can't. Unless one person is entirely credible and the other person is a horrible, awful witness and nobody believes anything they say. So it is unfortunate because under some circumstances, the person who is inclined to do something they shouldn't may think I can get away with it. And I'm not saying Stephon Diggs is that person. All I'm saying is you get in the right arrangement. No video, no witnesses, if no visible marks,
after the incident, you can get away with some stuff if you're confident that they'll believe you afterward when you say you didn't do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that's true of STEFON Diggs. I just thought that this opens up this tiny little universe where somebody could realize there is a situation where I can get away with something if I'm willing to say on the back end I didn't do it. And hopefully that didn't happen here. My point is, I got a feeling it does happen at times, because if you don't have that objective evidence and that proof, good luck proving anything beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. Well, I'll hear you there. We'll see where it goes. I'm interested to hear and see kind of how Mike Vrabel reacts to it today, and just where it goes in general. The Patriots, we know, I mean, they're going to play this week. They got a chance to be the number 1 seed. So, I mean, they're still business as usual. They're not taking the week off here as it looks right now. So we'll see. But, man, STEFON Diggs has been incredible for them here as of late. And we know the Patriots have been hot and on fire. Drake May's on fire, and that's because of STEFON Diggs. He's been a big part of it. It would be a big blow if they lost him for the playoffs.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the video as you guys come in. Let's pull up the picture because they're saying that the brother has been released from his team. Hold on, where's the picture? Like the video as y'all come in. Like the video as y'all come in. Like the video as you guys come in. Hold on 1 second.
I haven't heard the Cowboys have waived STEFON Diggs. I don't know why. I do got a little whole ass boy. He a Cowboy fan, so I'm gonna ask him what's the reason.
Okay, so I don't wanna do that. We want to be respectful. Hold on, let me find it. Okay, so this is his brother, and they're saying that he has been released. But there's another picture I have with STEFON and his brother. Hold on, because it might be above. I might be going down too far. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the videos, y'all come in. I'm trying to pull the picture of STEFON with his brother. Hold on. Like the videos, y'all come in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Sometimes I'll cover, there we go. Sometimes I'll cover stuff up because YouTube is something else. And I got to be careful with YouTube. So we're going to talk about the brother real quick. Like the videos, y'all come in. Like the videos, y'all come in.
STEFON Diggs' brother, Trevon Diggs, just got fired, y'all. Word on the street. Is the NFL sending out a message to the Diggs family, y'all, that they tired of the BS? Is there about to be some major changes for 2026? Ask yourself this question. And is Jay-Z still going to have his job next year? I'm just saying, y'all. Just saying. We're about to talk about it. Hello? Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting. Like the video as you guys come in. Like the video as just if you're...
Breaking right now on WBZ, New England Patriots star STEFON Diggs is facing serious criminal charges. We have just obtained paperwork from Dedham District Court indicating that the wide receiver is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. This is stemming from an incident back on December 2nd. Diggs is scheduled to be arraigned on the charges in Dedham on January 23rd. That is just 2 days before the AFC Championship game. The receiver's attorneys were in court this morning for a hearing, and we are working to learn more about the incident that led to these charges. We did reach out to the Patriots for a statement. We have that for you here. It says the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding STEFON Diggs. STEFON has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support STEFON. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary. Out of respect for all of the parties involved, and given that this is an ongoing legal matter, we will have no further comment at this time. We want to bring in Dan Roach now to talk about this with us and the impact, Roachy, that this could have for the team, for the playoffs. We've been on such a roll. How does Coach Vrabel make sure that this doesn't become a distraction for them?
Well, Brianna, I think it's very early in the fact-finding part of this as far as just what happened, how it happened, when it happened, who was involved, and everything else, which we haven't seen or heard yet. So I think that's the first part of it. And then the second part to me is that he categorically denies it when it comes to what happened. So we're going to have to find out the story. Beyond that, I can tell you that as a veteran, a wide receiver, a number one wide receiver coming in, there were questions about Steph Diggs and, how would he behave, how would he handle it. A lot of the number one wide receivers could be divas, if you call it, at times. And he has been nothing but a role model, a perfect citizen in that clubhouse, so locker room for this New England Patriots team, so much so that he's emerged as a leader. The players look up to him. I think the coaching staff certainly respects him, and everything that he's done in a Patriots uniform has been good for the team. In fact, just the other day, post-game, after their win over the Jets down in New Jersey, he was speaking in the locker room talking about being 30 yards away from being a 1,000-yard wide receiver, I think for the 7th time in his career, and he had knee surgery last year and came back, and I think it meant a lot to him. He was almost, to me, kind of emotional, almost in tears, saying he just wants to win, that these milestones don't mean as much to him anymore in his career. At this point of his career, he just wants to win, loves this team, and wants to be a part of them trying to win a Super Bowl. So, like I said, it's again, nothing.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's. I hope everyone is going to be safe. Make sure you're going to be where you're going to be. Be careful out there in those streets. Sometimes people, you got to watch in front of you, behind you. Yes, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope everyone plans to be safe. Have a great time. Make sure you have a designated driver. Be safe. Come back with us in the new year. Like the video. Like the video. There's about 115 in the building. Please hit subscribe and thank you.
It surprises me, in sports anymore, but I think for everything that we've seen and been with the guy from day one here in that Patriots locker room, he's been nothing but a role model citizen. So we shall see how it unfolds. But from my perspective, he's been everything you want as a teammate, as a leader, as a New England Patriot so far.
Yeah, Rochi, certainly a lot of positive things ahead of him. He's a dad, has a new baby with Cardi B, but again, here, the breaking news, he is going to be arraigned 2 days before the AFC Championship, so we will see what happens. We will stay on top of it. Rochi, thank you for your insight, as always here.
And, of course, the charges themselves may seem self-explanatory to lay people, but there's always a lot to it. We want to enter in WBZ legal analyst Jennifer Roman here to help us.
Yes, let me know. Should he be suspended? Press 1. Should he not be suspended? Until innocent, until proven guilty, press 2. Should he be suspended? Press 1. Allow him to continue, press 2. Let me know in the comments.
Make sense of all of this. Jennifer, first things first, we have a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge. Can you explain each one or both?
Sure. So the felony charge would carry with it a much more serious sentence than the misdemeanor charge, and it would include the potential for imprisonment in the state prison versus just the regular jail. So the nature of the charges make them very different. We don't know if it's a strangulation or a suffocation at this point. We don't really know what the facts are supporting these allegations, but that is definitely the more serious charge of the two. The assault and battery would carry a sentence up to 2.5 years in the House of Correction as a misdemeanor if convicted. Whether or not somebody gets if convicted, whether or not somebody actually receives the type of sentence they receive depends on the nature of crime, whether or not they accept responsibility in any way, show remorse, but also whether or not there is a prior criminal history here that would support a harsher sentence. So as this all sort of still is unfolding, we really don't know a whole lot. We'll know more at the arraignment later in January. That should provide some more details about what the allegations are and would shed some light on what potential sentence could look like if he's actually convicted.
Okay, so you mentioned that arraignment. That's January 23rd. There was this motion hearing today. Can you explain briefly, lay terms, what a motion hearing is?
Sure. It's just a way to ask the court to do something that you want. So in this case, the defense is making a formal request that the file be impounded, which would keep it out of the public purview, would keep it away from the press. Those types of motions, when you're talking about somebody who has the kind of star power that STEFON DIGGS has, are not usually granted because we do have a public interest in these very public figures. So much of their life is already public. There's not really this heavy privacy interest here. So I would be surprised if the judge allowed the defense motion to impound this file and keep it out of the public purview, but it is a possibility.
Yeah, interesting. A lot of stuff there. All right, Jennifer, thanks so much for your time. And that January 23rd arraignment is on a Friday, just 2 days before the conference championships.
Like the video. Fair use reaction clip. What do y'all think is going to happen? Do you think Cardi B is going to make a statement? Like the video as you come in.
This is Bert and Ernie Talk Football with Fourier.
Like the video as y'all come in. Do you think Cardi B is going to make a statement? Yes or no? And do you think that she should stay with this guy? Do you think she should stay with this guy?
Charges. Again, this is according to Boston 25 News, saying that DIGGS has been charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery charges. These are reportedly stemming from an incident on Tuesday, December 2nd, which was the morning after / day after the Patriots win against the Giants on Monday Night Football. A lot of information coming in quickly, but we wanted to come on here live and react to all of it and take it for what it is. Again, these are obviously all allegations, but wanted.
We'll briefly talk about the brother. Hold on one second.
worked out? What has gone wrong, you think, with Diggs in Dallas with this new defense? Because it used to be a staple, a pillar. And obviously we know him and Micah are tight whenever all this stuff was kind of taking place. Felt like Diggs and Micah were together a couple times in front of the camera. Micah gets traded out of town. Diggs doesn't really work this year. What happened, do you think, D? But from an on-field perspective, or is it the off-field stuff that kind of affects the on-field stuff?
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a combination of it all. I know he tore his ACL, I believe, after that big year, almost defensive player of the year type year. Different system, obviously, with Flus. Never seemed like he quite clicked with the new regime over there, the play callers and stuff. Never really got quite fully healthy either. So, and obviously, with some other stuff off the field with the concussion that happened from the TV.
Let's get straight. Hold on. Like the video, fair use reaction clip.
All her kids were from one man. But then she went from being a married side chick to divorcing Offset just to become a...
Wait a minute. I don't want to do that. He was about to go in on Cardi. We don't want to do that. Like the video. Fair use reaction clip. Like the video as y'all come in.
This is what happens to your face as you age.
Like the video as y'all come in. We're about to pull some information about the brother. Hold on.
TV things, so he missed a bunch of weeks, and then even when he was back having good weeks, they got a bunch of turnovers would be the Bears just because of the relationship he had with Al Harris, their DB coach, secondary coach. We had a ton of success with in Dallas. And then you would just have to look at other teams who have dealt with some injuries.
Hold on.
We woke up today thinking that the drama was going to wait to 2026. No, Jerry Jones woke up today in a bad mood, bro. Probably didn't get a chance to pop his Viagra.
Oh, allegedly.
Probably was like, you know what, let's get in the helicopter. Let's tour around the city. Yo, you know what? We letting this motherfucker go, man. Yo, Jerry, I thought you was going to wait to the end of the season. He was like, nah, you spending the new year at home, bro. It's tough to get fired on your day off, though. You at home in your pajamas, man. You in the house eating a bowl of Fruit Loops, and you get that call because you know Jerry like, yeah, you sorry. Damn, bro. Well, y'all paid him too early. I get that.
So there's that in regards to the brother. He's been cut. Let's really focus on STEFON. Like the video, fair use reaction clip.
News here this afternoon. The New England Patriots say they support STEFON DIGGS as their star wide receiver faces strangulation and assault charges. I'm Kel Thompson, Boston 25. First to break this story today. Court documents show the incident happened on December 2nd. DIGGS lawyers just appeared in Dedham District Court over the phone. They are fighting to keep the police report from the public. They also say DIGGS made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. The judge says she is taking it all under advisement and will make a decision shortly. We'll let you know when she does. DIGGS is expected to be arraigned next month on January 23rd. It's 2 days before the AFC Championship game. In a statement just into the Boston 25 newsroom for the Patriots, they tell us the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding STEFON DIGGS. STEFON has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support STEFON. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as
Breaking right now on WBZ, New England Patriots star STEFON DIGGS is facing serious criminal charges. We have just obtained paperwork from Dedham District Court indicating that the wide receiver is charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery. This is stemming from an incident back on December 2nd.
Jennifer Roman here to help us make sense of all this. Jennifer, first things first, we have a felony charge and a misdemeanor charge. Can you explain each one or both?
I lost 110 pounds. You couldn't tell it all.
Like the video, fair use reaction clip. Please hit the subscribe button. There's about 141 in the building. Press 1 if you have hit subscribe. Press 2 if you have still yet to subscribe. We're trying to hit 50K by next month. Please hit the subscribe button, you guys, and turn on your notification. Let's continue.
Sure. So the felony charge would carry with it a much more serious sentence than the misdemeanor charge, and it would include the potential for imprisonment in the state prison versus just the regular jail. So the nature of the charges make them very different. We don't know if it's a strangulation or a suffocation at this point. We don't really know what the facts are supporting these allegations, but that is definitely the more serious charge of the two. The assault and battery would carry a sentence up to 2.5 years in the House of Correction as a misdemeanor if convicted. Whether or not somebody gets if convicted, whether or not somebody actually receives the type of sentence they receive depends on the nature of the crime, whether or not they accept responsibility in any way, show remorse, but also whether or not there's a prior criminal history here that would support a harsher sentence. So as this all sort of still is unfolding, we really don't know a whole lot. We'll know more at the arraignment later in January. That should provide some more details about what the allegations are and would shed some light on what potential sentence could look like if he's actually convicted.
So you mentioned that arraignment. That's January 23rd. There was this motion hearing today. Can you explain briefly, lay terms, what a motion hearing is?
Sure. It's just a way to ask the court to do something that you want. So in this case, the defense is making a formal request that the file be impounded, which would keep it out of the public purview, would keep it away from the press. Those types of motions when you're...
Okay, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I was going to do hot topics, trending topics. Maybe I will. Maybe I will do a little bit of hot topics, trending topics. So we talked about STEFON DIGGS. Hold on one second. It's being reported that Kanye and Kim has tried to come together in a peaceful way, which is good because as we notice, and this is important to say, Kim has been trending with North for almost a good 2 years. Kanye had said, keep my kids off media. He now knows that Kim's not going to keep North off media. So he has to kind of try and come together because now what we're seeing, which is concerning, now what we're seeing, she's trying to pull the younger kids more into media. She's been pulling Saint in, probably on the show. She's been putting him into different videos. Kim is now moving on to Saint. Now, what you guys don't know, there's different reports in regards to Kim posting Saint or putting Saint on the show, and people are making comments about Saint. Why isn't Kim protecting her kids, y'all? Why isn't she protecting her kids? See, my page is different. I want her to let the kids have privacy. Don't post them. Don't put them on the show. Other people like it because they can make clicks and views. Stop putting the kids in the media. Protect their privacy. Why does she love media so much that she has to put her kids in media for them to be judged and criticized? She did it with North. Look at how she portrayed North on the show. She would show not great things about. And then the outfit she chose, whether it was grown women, look like grown women clothes, or if it was men's clothes, look at how she portrayed North. Concerning. I get why Kanye's pulling himself back into the situation because he sees that she wants to monetize off the kids and then she's going to go to the younger kids. And now she's deciding to go to Saint. And now Saint is trending and not in a good way. She needs to protect these kids. Wake up. Is Kim okay? I've also noticed people be using my little comments. I kind of started that. Is Kim okay? I used to say, are the Kardashians okay? What is really going on? I'm so happy Kanye's stepping back in. It might have been that he needed time. You got to remember, it was stated that Kanye was cool with Candace and Charlie Kirk. He might have needed a break in regards to what happened to Charlie Kirk. But you got to also realize this too, y'all. Check this out. Remember in the documentary when Kanye says to Chris, do you feel that you had something to do with my mental health? If he was struggling mentally, Kim knows that. He can't be good to those kids if he's not well. So Kanye is still with Bianca. Kanye asked Chris, did she have something to do with his mental health? He didn't give a general breakdown, but Chris said yes. So if Chris had something to allegedly do with his mental health, we also may think that Kim might have had something to do with his mental health. So let's continue. Well wishes. Those Kardashians need to chill out and stop trying to trend with those kids. Stop trying to trend. Let's see. It's being reported that over 7,000 people have signed the petition in regards to getting Nicki Minaj deported. Nicki Minaj hit the stand with Turning Point USA and people want her deported. We're just doing a few hot topics, trending topics. We did talk about this.
To Andrew Colvette, Turning Point's spokesperson, to clear up where she was on September 9th. Candace Owens took to her stories to explain how she caught these text messages and why this is all weird. A podcast that I've never heard of called Paramount was trying to expose Candace Owens, and while they were doing that, they shared these texts that they received from Andrew, which show Erica Kirk's finger pointing or covering a photo. Andrew went on to say, but it's worth saying, LOL, Erica wasn't in some fort in Tucson. The internet has gone insane. Andrew, just say Candace, because that is what you mean when you say the internet has gone insane. I hate when people peddle online lines so that they never seem like they're saying or doing anything wrong. She woke up next to Charlie, went to the office with Charlie all day, woke him up from a nap before a fox hit, went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. So I find it interesting that they were talking about where Erica was on September 9th, when on Candace's podcast, Mitch was saying that he saw Erica on September 8th. Then it's the photo and says, proof she was with her kids at 8:33 PT. Don't share, taking them for a walk before going into the office. So he asked them not to share. Maybe that was just him playing it again coy and asking them not to share, but really giving them the okay to share it, because clearly they shared it. But it's interesting to me that Erica Kirk took these screenshots, sent them over to Andrew, who would then send them over to Paramount. You know what, Andrew? The internet is not insane. We've watched this woman time and time again get on stage to fire shooters, give speeches, do interviews, promote a book, stage a tent that looks exactly like the one her husband was assassinated in, so people could use it as a photo booth, while sharing this message.
He's basically saying, stop. The world does not revolve around you. You need a moment to breathe. You need a moment to recalibrate. If you are so filled with busyness and the noise, the Lord cannot use you. So please rest, be with the Lord, be with your family, and just know that there is so much more out there than the little busyness that you find.
And this message doesn't make sense to me because of the things we've been seeing unfold the last 3 months. Again, the internet is not insane. It looks like Erica Kirk was caught.
And I'm sorry, I don't look to her as spiritual. For a wife not to really mourn how people feel she should mourn, just there's a lot of stuff that just don't add up. So concerning. In regards to what happened that day, if he stated there was concerns, why didn't she address the concerns? Yes, he was concerned. Why not say that? His phone being in her custody, not in the custody of the police or the FBI. In regards to what was in that car, no, where was the ambulance? People were moving cameras, but remember, there were several cameras, the one behind him, the one on the side of him, but there's just a lot going on. Her saying she didn't date, but people are pulling up old dating pictures, and the guy is saying we're on a date and we're dating. This is what a good couple looks like. There's whatever the comment was, but many people are calling her out in regards to what we're hearing from her. I don't look to her as getting spiritual guidance. It just don't seem. If you'll lie about dating, well, what else will you lie about? Because remember her statement, oh, I didn't date for those 5 years, but we see pictures with her with guys. So it is what it is. I don't know. There's something that don't smell right in regards to that situation. Like the video, fair use reaction clip. We're just doing hot topics, trending topics. As we talked about, Cardi B is dating STEFON DIGGS. Will Cardi B make a statement? I don't know. But there's just a lot going on with STEFON. Girl, Cardi B, I don't understand. This is Erica again speaking at an event. People have called out this outfit. I don't care what she wears. I just care what she says and how she moves. Those interviews did not go well. So then she tried to have a meeting with Candace. And it's very clear her and Candace have gone back and forth over the last week. And they're basically like, oh, look, these are the messages. We're on vacation. Chill out. We don't have to send you this message. There's just a lot going on. And some of the stuff is not adding up. Hold on. Like the video. Like I said, STEFON and Cardi, they're dating. Beautiful baby. I'm covering the baby face up. Yes, I'm covering it up because certain stuff I show on YouTube. Like the video. I guess they gave Steph Curry an intersection. I think his wife has spoke out again. The one thing she do like about Steph is the money. Did y'all hear about that? We had talked about Ayesha Curry a lot last month. So congratulations to Steph Curry if they did give him an intersection. He is he's definitely within the top 20. Great basketball player. And remember how his wife has said she didn't want to get married. She didn't want to have kids. Why would you say that knowing your kids are in school? You don't think kids can't be mean? Your mom didn't really want you. Your mom didn't want kids. How does your dad feel? The girl should have been, Ayesha Curry should have been thinking about her kids before saying that in the interview. Certain things you could do in interviews, promote him, low on him, talk about what projects you have. But to shade him and not say you wanted kids, that was crazy to me. Like I said, a girlfriend of mine dated somebody that looked similar to Steph, and she went through heck. This is Erica Kirk years ago in a video she did, and then they go probably show the tattoo part of it. But yeah, she seems extremely happy dating. I don't know what she talk about. So I can't confirm or deny if Nicki is really going to Nicki Minaj reveals she is working on a song. I can't confirm or deny if this is true or not. I will tell y'all if I can't confirm or deny it. This was how many days ago? This was December 22nd. So I can't confirm or deny if that's true or false. I do want to screenshot that though. But yeah, he spoke out against Nicki Minaj in several different videos. But, you know, we've been talking about this a lot. But it is what it is in regards to Cardi B and Charlie Kirk. Because then it makes you look at the organization. Why are people feeling that Nicki shouldn't have been there? Why was Nicki saying certain things that she was saying? Why did they get Nicki on the stage and have her reading messages? It was all something else. That, in regards to Kanye West, there was like a list that people were saying that a list of something he posted. Kanye West said that was not his list and that was not his handwriting. Okay. Tiana Taylor and Aaron have broke up. I don't know if you guys heard about that. It's just interesting that a lot of people are breaking up with people right now. Tiana Taylor broke up with her boo. Kai Cenat broke up with his girlfriend. There's just a lot going on. Many people were so happy to see Tiana Taylor happy with Aaron. They were so happy for her. But then, you know, people have their comments about stuff, but we're not certain why there was a breakup. But yeah, they broke up. Hot topics, trending topics. Everybody's talking about Tiana Taylor and Aaron breaking up. Everybody. My goodness. Why was it a breakup? You got to remember, she was just recently in a project with the Kardashians. Kai Cenat had the Kardashians on his live stream. Many people say the unhealthiness, good vibes, bad vibes. I can't call it, but Kai Cenat, I feel sad for him because now he's been struggling. Did he know he was going to have the breakup and that's why he's been struggling with health concerns? I got to be careful what I say. Maybe that's what the air out of his sail in regards to the breakup. But Kai Cenat also talked about wanting to be more creative. When he brought those people on his live stream, Kai Cenat doesn't seem like he gets the same support he gives these celebrities. So that's a concern. Those celebrities should be supporting Kai Cenat like he supported them and keeping a lot of those celebrities relevant. And once again, Kim loves this. Kim loves that she's in pictures with Kanye right now. Ye and Kim Kardashian make peace. They need to make peace because Kim's going to constantly put those children in media for clicks and views. Kanye needs to come around. The father is needed. The father is needed. The father is needed. And then, like I told y'all before, go back and look at what Bianca was wearing and the brand deal Kim just did. Go look at what Bianca was wearing for the last 2 years and look at the brand deal Kim just did. Kim is something else. Kim is something else. Kylie, Timothy, remember how it looked like they weren't together? Then they popped up together. He's in a project, not going to promote the project, but Timothy's definitely there to help clean Kylie's image up. It don't really seem like Timothy's real cool and tight with the K's and the J's. The K's and the J's want to be tight with Timothy, but he's focusing on his project and movies. But it's just interesting that go back and look. There's a picture of Timothy, Kanye, Pete Davis, and Kid Cudi. You figure that one out. There's a picture of Timothy, Pete Davis, and Kanye. So Kanye was married to Kim, Pete dated Kim, and then Timothy's now dating Kylie. So whether this is something he wants to do or whatever, it's just interesting. Kylie had a lot going on. Kylie had the Tory Lanez situation with Megan Thee Stallion. She had the event at her party, at her house. Tory Lanez is in jail for what he did in regards to Megan Thee Stallion. I can't confirm or deny what happened that night in regards to Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion. Kylie had the event, so be careful what event you go to. I don't think Kylie hit the stand in regards to the Tory Lanez situation. Then Kylie dated Travis Scott. That was his issue. Remember? Astroworld. Then Kylie also dated Tyga. So I'm surprised Timothy even attached himself to this situation, but he may be because he wants to trend it viral. We don't often see Timothy with Kylie's children, though. We don't often see Timothy with the Kardashians either. They're wearing his products because they want to trend and go viral with him in regards to his movie. But here nor there. Like the videos, you guys come in. Like the videos you guys come in. I'm not going to play that. I'm covering up because there's certain things I don't want to show. Like the videos you guys come in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel.
I went back to grab my phone, and that's when Mikey started calling me. Within seconds.
She said that Mikey called her within seconds, which does line up with this clip of Mikey McCoy, Charlie Kirk's chief of staff, picking up his phone as soon as Charlie was shot, kind of like he knew that things were about to go down. Not saying he did, but that's what it looked like.
They're alleging that he was on the phone immediately. He was not. He was taking social videos, which he would send to our group chat.
And did y'all see those cameras? Let me go back for y'all. I've been telling y'all, look to the right and look to the left. Look to the right and look to the left. Hold on.
Calling me within seconds.
She said that Mikey
when it comes up, look
seconds,
over here.
Which does line up with this clip of
There's
Mikey
cameras
McCoy,
there.
Charlie Kirk's chief of staff, picking up his phone.
Look at this camera guy.
Was shot, kind of like he knew that things were about to go down. Not saying he did.
Watch. Look at that camera guy.
They're alleging that he was on the phone.
I'm wondering, people imagine that the noise might have been closer than what people are saying. So they got to look at all those tapes, you guys. I'm just saying. I've been talking about that for a while. When you look at the video regarding that, look to the right and left. Some things don't seem right.
The woman you see on your left is obviously Erica Kirk. The guy in the middle is Yair Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu's son. The guy on the right is Tyler Bauer, the guy that Candace Owens claimed was having sexual relations with young male interns at TPUS.
Can't confirm or deny. Got to continue. Go look that up. You can go look that up yourself because I got to be careful where I post stuff. So I can't confirm or deny. There's a lot going on with Turning Point. I'm telling y'all. There's a lot going on with Turning Point, y'all. Let me see if there's anything else. People are still talking about Tiana and this guy breaking up. Aaron breaking up. Okay, this is about the Minnesota thing.
Outside of operating hours, when there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours, we came outside. What was done was someone came to our building outside of operating hours. When there's a specific sign on our door that says our days and our hours, we came outside of those hours and then claimed, hey, they're closed and they're still making money. We've been open. We haven't closed. We've been open for eight and a half years now. We haven't closed once during that period.
The manager of a daycare in Minnesota gave the previous statement to Fox News regarding investigations into alleged fraud occurring at daycares across the state. The manager and son of the owner of the Quality Leering Center assures that there is no fraud and that their facility has been open for over 8 years with no problems. He claims he was visited outside of normal operating hours, referring to Nick Shirley's viral video where he visits daycare centers across the state, and claims that the visit outside of normal hours is what made the facility look so inactive. He also said they are aware of the typo on the sign and that issue has since been resolved. A local resident told the New York Post that the activity around the learning center was highly unusual and said, "We've never seen kids go in there until today. That parking lot is empty all the time and I was under the impression that place is permanently closed." In 2018, a video surfaced during a state fraud case showing parents dropping off their children, signing them in at a daycare, and then immediately taking them right back out. Investigators say this is so the providers could bill the state for a full day of care, even though the children didn't actually attend. The Post says dozens of people, vast majority Somali immigrants, have been arrested in the fraud scheme, of which $1 billion has been found to be misappropriated so far. This is a developing and ongoing story, so we will update you as soon as we have more info.
What was done was
Yeah, so they're trying to say people are coming to his location outside of his business hours. I don't know. A lot of people have been arrested in regards to the Minnesota fraud stuff. Businesses that are they're saying they're legit, they're getting funding. Let me see if there was anything else, you guys. Like the videos you guys come in. Certain topics I got to be careful of. Like the videos you guys come in. Copyright disclaimer. And then there's people that's also talking about, here it is, yes. Okay.
Daughter Alabama even creep. You know what makes Travis Barker's Christmas gift to his daughter Alabama even creepier than it is? This excerpt from his book. This is a resurfaced excerpt from Travis Barker's memoir. When we got home, I couldn't believe I had a little girl, and even when she was a baby, she had a crazy bubble butt. After all the shit I had done to the girls through my life, I knew I was cursed. And before you want to defend this, which I actually find it crazy that I have seen comments defending this by saying like Courtney picked it out for her, I don't care. The fact that Travis Barker put his name on this gift to his daughter Alabama Barker is very odd.
And
if
that's
you
the
don't
other
find
thing.
that odd, that's even odder.
Why would a stepmom be buying lingerie for a stepdaughter? That's weird. Some of the stuff the K's and the J's do is weird. Why would a stepmama be buying lingerie for her? That's weird. She could buy her own gifts. Give her a gift card. But she showed the products that they got her. And she said that Courtney picked out most of it. Your stepmama shouldn't even be picking out your lingerie. You should be picking out your own lingerie. She wanted to post about it. She trended about it. And people are calling it a little creepy. Let's continue.
Why the are you guys trying to...
That's even odder. And yes, Alabama did clap back at all the backlash, but it really didn't do much for the situation.
Why the are you guys trying to make this lingerie thing a thing? It's never going to be a thing, Gretchen.
She posted it.
Lingerie. Courtney, you think my dad's like, oh, I'm going to go pick up my daughter lingerie? No, it was on my Christmas list, and he wanted to make it happen for me, so he let Courtney go pick out the lingerie. God forbid a girl wanted cute panties and bras.
The fact that she would even put this on a Christmas list that she's giving to her father just tells me all I need to know. And I don't even blame Alabama for this. A passage from his memoir had actually resurfaced in 2023 when people in the forums were like, this is so creepy. One fan said it best, this is how men think of any female. Here she is starting her life and he's already sexualizing her and thinking about what men will want from her. Give me an effing break. Even a father will treat his daughter this way. And that's why I'm not surprised that Alabama actually put this on her list to her father. Because maybe that's like normal to her, but I'm sorry. That is not normal. I cannot even imagine a world where my father would gift me this. Like, never. If I got a box saying, like, from dad, and I opened this, I would have a heart attack. Because I'd be like, what's wrong with you? And what's even scarier are all the people defending this. I'm sorry. This is so abnormal to me that the people saying this is normal, I actually feel bad for them. So I'm like, that is not the type of relationship you should have with your father. But hey, that's just my opinion. You know what makes Travis Barker's Christmas gift to his daughter Alabama even creepier than it is? This excerpt from his book. This is a resurfaced excerpt from Travis Barker's memoir. When we got home, I couldn't believe I had a little girl, and even when she was a baby, she had a crazy bubble butt. After all the shit I had done to the girls through my life.
That's weird.
And before you want to defend this, which I...
That's weird. Why would a father talk about his baby having a bubble butt?
All the shit I had done to the girls through my life, I knew I was cursed. And before you want...
That's weird. There ain't no way. Most fathers gifting a car, a gift card, even for Courtney to buy her lingerie, they'd be doing stuff. Just like with North. North was in a bustier at 10, 11. I think she was 11. Those Kardashians, they be doing some weird stuff. But here nor there, y'all. I'm tired. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I appreciate everyone. I've been live for an hour 32. I'd only planned for 30 minutes. So I've been live longer than I expected. So there's about still 89 in the building. Even if all 89 subscribe, that'll be a great show for me. Yes, please subscribe. Please turn on your notification. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for being here, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What are you guys' plans for the new year? Let me know in the comments. What are you guys' plans for the new year? Are you going out or are you staying in? Are you going out or are you staying in? Or are you going to church? Some people bring in the New Year's at a church. Going out, press 1. Staying in, press 2. Going to church, press 3. Let me know. What are you guys doing for the new year? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year. Too old to go out. That's funny. Hey. That's hilarious. Yeah. Some of my friends are saying they staying in. And then, of course, they wake up to different sounds depending on where you are. You know what I mean? But okay, you guys, I have some things I have to do, take care of. This has been, I have gotten almost all my year end stuff done. Thank goodness. You know how you like to complete a task, finish a task, get all your year end stuff done? I pretty much got all my year end stuff done. Meaning things I had to take care of, things I had to do. I'm so happy I got a lot of stuff done. Happy about it. So, yes, happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you again for the gifted. Super chats are welcome for the replay game. For the replay game, please get me up to 100 likes. I thank everyone for being here. Happy New Year's. Be blessed. Many blessings for years to come. Have a great day. Goodbye.